I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
What's good with you people? Good to see you, man. Hey, welcome to the program. This is Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King, and we're officially now live. Let's go. Let's go. Broadcasting live from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.
Thank you, Lord Jamal. You know what I mean? All right, this is what we do, y'all, each and every Monday through Friday. Lord willing, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody watching right now on the West Coast and worldwide. Something like a podcast, trending topics, hilarious commentary, celebrity interviews, and interesting people. That's what it is. Peanut Gallery, what up? Good to see some new faces. To my regulars, I smack all of y'all. I just want to say that because y'all keep coming in here, you know, all kiki and ha-ha, and don't bring not one person. All I ask is bring one person. I see a new person. Good to see you. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? Yeah. Ike Speaks. Welcome to the program. Good to have you. Everybody else, man, I ain't really got much to say to y'all because y'all be playing. Y'all be playing. Anyway, this is what we do. We are 100% viewer supported by viewers like you. And one way to do that is to write down our Cash App, $ Lamont King 06. Whenever you hit a rim shot, that means it's something good happening. It's something punchline, something funny, thought-provoking, interesting. Go ahead, slide us $1 or a loose 3. You know what I'm saying? Or join us and join us in the Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Lamont King for full episodes and bonus clips. If you're not hip to Patreon, just go to the site and sign up anyway. Just like you do with Amazon and Uber Eats and all that. Just sign up anyway. Just subscribe. That's all you gotta do. Join us, will you? All right, got a lot lined up today. A couple headlines. Big Zo should be calling us as well. Got an exclusive video, world premiere of a sitcom, and as well, Mr. Clarkson, our executive producer. Shout out to him. Put together an awesome tutorial on an educational piece, if you will, on the Electoral College and elections in general. So we're gonna be seeing from that, and also the return of Hi Dad, the word for it from an elder. He'll be back and in rare form. He was inspired by his role on this show, which started a few months ago, if you know, and he's writing an autobiography on his life. So he had to take some time off to gather his thoughts and put some pieces together and make it all happen. And today is his triumphant return. So there's that. Good to see y'all, man. How's everybody? Good. All right. And also, I want to acknowledge my co-host for today, Crispus. The Jolly Nigger Bank. Hey, Crispus. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to take this call. Like, for real.
Hey, no, yeah,
Hey, this is a live show, man. All right, so here's what happened. So that's the contractor. It's a live show. I was really prepared. I was everything in my head. I was like, he's going to call at 6:10. I knew it. 3 hours ago, he said in about 3 hours I'll be done. And call at 6:10. I knew it. I was really prepared to play a video and literally stand up and walk out and go settle up with my man, Jose. I'll take some pictures and we're going to document the work that he's done. We're going to show it on the show. And if you're local or you need work done, he might be the guy for it. I'm all about promoting business. Hey, this is a real live show, goddamn it. So, real talk though, this may be something for a later show. Real talk. Hey man, it's really hard to discount the value of the under the table general contractor community in America. It's really hard to discount it. It's really not much negative you can say about the ones that do good work, real work. I'll just leave it at that. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. But my man said this was what he really said to me. So I'm throwing a couple Spanish words, real nice, cool, not disrespectful in the least bit. Me and him, it was cool, the language barrier, whatever. But we were mapping out times, when you're gonna do this, when you're gonna do that, da, 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 da. He said, nah, we brought our lunch. Don't worry about that. We don't take breaks. I was like, wow. He was like, that's the difference between us. And he was real nice with it. Like, he wasn't offensive when he said what I'm about to say that he said. He said, that's the difference with us and a lot of other people. He said, we don't take breaks, man. I bring my lunch. We start the job. We finish the job. And I was like, that's real. And, that argument, I think a lot of us picked the side of the argument. And I didn't even mean to go in this direction, but he called. A lot of us picked the wrong side of that argument because we fed certain things and we've had certain encounters. They're taking our jobs and immigration reform and all that. Man, this cat just hardworking for no reason. Now, can we hire, are there black construction workers? Are there black general contractors? Yeah, sure. That are bonded and insured? Sure, absolutely. I ran across this guy because he was next door doing what I needed to doing what I needed to have done on somebody else's unit. And I seen him and I was like, let me get your card. And then I can see the work that you're doing. Can I get that over here? You know what I mean? So could I have looked in some type of black directory? Sure. But something has to be said about their work ethic. Now, and sure, all of them ain't like that. But we got to stop. We got to stop with this picking the wrong side in that argument. I'll just leave it like that. But anyway, he's helping us with a tiny DIY. So we're going to be documenting some footage or whatever and maybe be able to bring him on the show and we'll talk about general contracting in 2020. All right, so there's that. Good to see you. All right, there's a little break. All right, so here we go. Good to see you, India Sweet. All right. Mr. Clark says they are taking the jobs you really do not want and never really wanted. People got to chill out with that. True. That's one angle. Sharice says a lot of those people are master builders in their own countries. It's regulations that stop them. True story. Kennard says they renovated my whole house for the low. Yeah. Yes. Yes. But anyway, all right, let's get to it, man. There's a couple headlines that I left out yesterday and I want to get to today as well before I start playing these videos. I don't know, did y'all see the 60 Minutes interview with Donald Trump and Leslie Stahl that he walked out on? Outstanding interview. She did great work. She probably win an Emmy for this. But I only want to show the part where he walked out on. Just show how rude and ridiculously lame your president is. So give me a second, pull this up. Just want you to see this. This is what type of time he on. It's the type of time your man is on. He wow. For no reason. Leslie Stahl deserves better. You're going to respect the Stahl, my man. All right, this is your man. Here's the president. He walked out of this interview. Let's watch it for a couple minutes together, shall we?
The story will continue in a moment.
I wish you would interview Joe Biden like you interview me. It would be so good. You know what?
You like this, I thought. I thought you liked
I don't mind it. But when I watch him walk out of his store and he's walking with an ice cream, and the question the media asks him, what kind of ice cream, what flavor ice cream do you have? And he's in the midst of a scandal.
He's not.
And he's taking,
He's
of course
not.
he is,
No,
Leslie.
come on.
Of course he is. It's the biggest, second biggest scandal.
So,
the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's
Leslie.
no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that, and you're out
so
there.
So why don't you get back to your interview and let's go?
Oh.
Do you think that your tweets and your name calling are turning people off?
No, I think I wouldn't be here if I didn't have social media.
Well,
but the media is fake. And frankly, if I didn't have social media, I'd have no way of getting out my voice.
Do you know what you told me a long time ago when I asked why you keep saying fake media?
Yeah.
You said to me, I say that because I need to discredit you so that when you say negative things about me, no one will believe you.
I don't have to discredit you.
But that's what you told me.
You've discredited yourself.
You know, I didn't want to have this kind of angry.
Of course you did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Well, then you brought up a lot of subjects that
well, I said I'm
were
going to ask you
inappropriately brought
tough
up.
questions.
They were inappropriately brought up right from the beginning. No, your first question was, this is going to be tough questions.
Why?
You don't ask Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I saw your interview with Joe, the interview with Joe
I never
Biden.
did a Joe
It was
Biden
a joke.
interview.
The interview, 60 Minutes. I see Joe Biden giving softball after softball. I've seen all of his interviews. He's never been asked a question that's hard.
Okay, but forget him for a minute.
No, but you
You're
started
president.
with me.
You're president. And
Excuse me, Leslie, you started with me.
What are you doing,
Your first
fam?
statement was, are you ready for tough questions?
Are you?
That's no way to talk. There's no way to talk.
Leslie, one second.
At this point, one of our producers interrupted to advise about the time remaining in the interview.
I think we have enough of an interview here, Hope. Okay, that's enough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go meet for 2 seconds, okay? Thanks. I'll see you in a little while. Thanks.
Be careful.
Be careful.
We were scheduled to take a walk with the president around the White House grounds.
I've got a lot of questions I didn't ask.
While we waited to see if the president was coming back,
Rich?
his press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, came in with a hand delivery.
Leslie, the president wanted me to deliver his healthcare plan. It's a little heavy.
Oh, she.
Oh my God, this is his healthcare plan.
Yes.
Okay, Kayleigh, thank you.
You're welcome, and the vice president will be with you shortly.
Okay. And the president's not coming back?
The president's giving you a lot of time.
It was heavy, filled with executive orders, congressional
I can't
initiatives,
lift it.
but no comprehensive health plan.
Hello, Leslie.
Hi, Mr. Vice President.
While our interview with the president.
All right, so Skeletor comes in now. So we found out later that most of the book was blank pages. But here's well, like what the performance value of this whole thing is ridiculous. Like, what's the lady that did come in? The president wanted me to have you hand this large healthcare plan book, and I want everybody to know it. I'm going to square to the camera so everybody can see me making announcements. Come on, man. This dude is the worst of the worst. And I remember back when White Devils was a bad thing to call people, right? And it's really insensitive, and you're really not supposed to, call white people that. but like legit manipulation and just sorcery at work and just devilish behavior. So if he's white and he's exhibiting devilish behavior, what other phrase can I apply? Like he says what he wants. Can you imagine the freedom? That man is the most free man in the world. He's Freeman Trump. He just says what he wants and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He said, I do. She was like, no, we can't do that. We're a news agency, journalistic integrity. But why? But I do. I can't. Why? I don't know. You'll see. Everybody knows it. It's all over the place. He just says what he wants. And I don't know if you know this. You may not know this. The White House sends a memo out to Fox News every morning. I saw this years ago. It's kind of like customary. They send a memo with talking points. And then all day, all of the anchors repeat those talking points. And then your bum ass will watch social media and Twitter and see the videos of the white people on the street saying the same thing that they saw on Fox News, somebody said. And they get that from the White House. And you saw him talking the same way, like baseless. Just completely. No, everybody knows. A lot of people. Is just say that. And then you'll watch a Twitter video of some white lady screaming in the street. A lot of people don't have it because you can't get it. You can't get COVID unless you're wearing a mask. Like those talking points come from literally the top down. And you see it when you're looking at him, you just be like, huh. Just the great manipulator. Awful. Unbelievable. And he walked out. Because why? Freeman. He's extremely free. Extremely free. All right. I just wanted to see if y'all had seen that. That was from the most recent 60 minutes. All right. Funniest TikTok you'll see today. I'll share this with you. I like to see white folks getting exposed. Sorry. I mean, that's not harsh or offensive. They did it. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. But let's watch this one. I don't know if you saw this.
Weekend.
So this daughter is, recording her parents, asking them, telling them about her new boyfriend who's horrible, engaging their reaction, and see how she spends it on them at the end. This is funny. This is very entertaining. Highly.
I'm gonna go on a date next weekend.
With who?
Seems like he has a really good relationship with the Lord. But yeah, I really like him a lot. We've been talking for a few weeks. He does have a few sex assault allegations, though.
He has what?
A few sexual assault allegations.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm serious.
Why would you date this guy if he has sexual assault allegations?
Because there's no proof.
If there's allegations...
You can't do that.
Also did a deep dive
Look
on
how
his
genuine
Twitter, and
he
he
is.
said some kind of racist stuff.
Like what?
Well, why would you even consider this?
But with sexual assault allegations, that's
Okay.
never good.
But you'd let a man like this run the country?
Well,
Oh
this is
my
not even the issue,
gosh.
Kate. This is not even the issue.
No, she's pulling our leg and pulling a Trump card. Seriously, Faye?
Got him. Got him.
I'm gonna go on a
Yeah, that self-righteous. See that self-righteous veil just evaporated? It just went away. Just disappeared. And this is the fake news. This is what we're getting from the evangelicals, the neoconservatives. This is the behavior. That's the attitude right there. It's just 100% completely hypocritical. It just evaporates and just goes away. Ridiculous. Funniest thing you'll see today. Highly entertaining. Let's see. There was another thing. Oh yeah, I meant to show this yesterday too. We doing a lot of we had a full show yesterday, and so there was some things that got left out. Have you seen this new mask suit? It's like a whole mask suit. I don't even know what to call it. I just want to know, when these come on the market, are you with the shits or not? This is what I need to know. Who wearing this joint? Be for real. I'm gonna put the phone number up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Who wearing this joint? Dead ass. Who going to Mars with this joint right here? Okay, the HEPA filter, got the super triple activated charcoal HEPA filter. Oh, got the hand joint. You put your glove in there, answer your phone. Who doing it? Anybody? Let's watch this again, because I don't think you saw it. I don't think you saw the newness. Oh, that's not the video that I was looking at. All right, let's watch it again. We'll come back to that. All right, what you doing? Is you styling in that joint or what? It's called the Visor Tech. Got a backpack, 3 airflow settings, peripheral side windows, reversible gloves so you can touch yourself, 8-hour battery life. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a hard look at this. This survey says what type of price you putting on that? What's the price you putting on that? Hey man, y'all see him doing the show. Stop messaging me. What type of price you putting on that? If that's not the dumbest outfit in the world, who doing that? If y'all start doing that, I'm gonna be so upset and disappointed. I'm not coming out the house. You come down the street, like where you gonna be at? You gonna be in the club and shit and see your peoples and shit. Oh, what's up though? Hold on a second. What's good with your fam? Nah, man. Who doing that? Whole bunch of black astronauts running up and down the street. We're not doing it, man. I don't support that. What's the price point on that? Too much. 1,000, 600? Oh, Jay Elite will pay 5,000 because Jay Elite, flies private. Yeah, man. Batteries for what? Ike speaks. I guess for the airflow. It's a little ventilation AC unit in the back. I don't know if you peeped that. There's a little thing in the back. Probably could play your radio, Bluetooth. You got the Bluetooth. 1,100, John. Cassandra, 50. Teron said, I ain't buying that shit. Absolutely ridiculous. I bet not see none of y'all with that on. All right, moving on. A lot of stuff to touch. Rex Chapman always got some of the best. Follow Rex Chapman on Twitter, man. He always has some of the best content. Family friendly most times. All right. Not family friendly is a friend of the program, Rollo Boykins, man, who has a very funny comedy special that's doing units on all social media platforms. It's called The Birth of a Troll. And he also has a fake sitcom coming. If you like Friends, then you'll like, wait a minute, hold on. I got to make sure I do this right. If you like Friends, then you'll like his new sitcom that him and his homies put together. And let's take a look at it. It's called Niggas. From the people that did not bring you Friends.
Real condoms, real condoms. Trick or treat. Happy Halloween, baby. Woo! Wakanda. What the fuck? Oh, I told you I was gonna be T'Challa for Halloween. You said T'Challa, not Black Panther. I thought you were pop some KJ Cole or some shit. KJ Cole? It's Halloween, not Kwanzaa. Look, nigga. I'm not changing, so we just gonna have to be the Black Panther brothers or some shit. You gotta change, man. Why? The costume's all backwards. Nigga. Oh, fuck! Ooh, my nigga, plan to throw them hands, my nigga.
Oh. You know what? Let's watch that one more time. Nah,
apple cider from that.
Forget about it. Watch the replay. Awesome stuff. My man Rollo Boykins. Shout out to him. Friend of the program. What's up, Christmas? You like that? I sure did. That's Christmas's voice. That's how he talk. All right, here we go. That's like the second episode too. That's not even the first episode. The Bounce TV. And look, I seen it on when he said, let's watch it again. When he said The Bounce TV, I was like, I thought it was real for like 2 seconds, and then I realized that's not the name of the network. All right, one more time. Let's watch this. And watch again. Yes.
Condoms, red condoms, trick or treat. Halloween, baby. Woo! Wakanda. What the fuck? Oh, I told you I was gonna be T'Challa for Halloween. You said T'Challa, not Black Panther. I thought you were gonna put up in some Kente clothes or some shit. Kente clothes? It's Halloween, not Kwanzaa. Look, nigga, I'm not changing, so we just gonna have to be the Black Panther brothers or some shit. You gotta change, man. Why? The costume's all backwards. Nigga.
My nigga, there to throw them hands. My nigga.
All right, do this one more time. Hey, listen. That's the content that we didn't know we needed until we needed it. You know what I mean? That's what it is. All right, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you never know what you're gonna get on today's show, and I promise you, it'll just be a surprise, and you just have to deal with it. All right. All right, let's do this. I hope this story. I hate going to Daily Mail. Their website always freezes. They got pop-ups and ads and all that. I think they should know that. You're not making any money if I can't stay on your website. And if it doesn't come through clear. Like y'all should know that. It shouldn't be this complicated. Let's try this again, because this is a really interesting story that I want y'all to see. Your cousins is really acting up out here. Doing it way big, major, doing the most. All right, here's the headline. All right, let's get to it before the site freezes. Now, there's this couple out of Detroit. I don't know if you saw this story where they got charged with filing bogus claims, unemployment claims. I can't even move the page. See, this is what I'm talking about. Come on, Daily Mail. We always had this issue with the Daily Mail every time. All right, so I'm gonna just read the story for y'all. We won't be able to see it on screen, so let me go ahead and get that off the screen right there. Hit refresh, and then just read the story, my dudes. Read the story, because I wanted y'all to see the pictures, though. That's the thing. I wanted y'all to see the picture. All right, a couple in their 20s are charged over bogus COVID unemployment claims worth $2.5 million after posting pictures of their designer clothes, cars, and jewelry online. Johnny Richardson, 25, and Micaiah Taylor, 27, from Detroit are accused of conspiring with Brandy Hawkins to fraudulently release the government money. Now, Hawkins, 39, is a former contract employee for the state of Michigan. So all these people, the state of Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency. You always need that person on the inside. So if y'all know anything about unemployment insurance fraud, you got to have somebody on the inside or they never work. Now, somebody told me this. I read about it. Images of the unemployed Richardson and Taylor online shows the pair enjoying a luxury lifestyle, buying brand new Mercedes-Benz cars, vacations, and jewelry. It is understood that authorities are hunting Richardson. Taylor was in court Tuesday. We simply do not know where that $2.5 million is, prosecutor said. Here's the interesting thing, man. I read this story and I was like, oh, man, y'all should know better. What did you thinking? Then I seen that they're 25 and 27. They may not know better. I'm not age biasing right now, but it's a certain age group, man, that really just don't freaking get it. They just don't get it, man. They just don't realize that everything they do is tracked and traceable. And I don't know, man. It's all right. I'm gonna try. I want y'all to see this story. I'm gonna see if we can one more time. Don't freeze up, man. You got to see these pictures because it don't even make sense without the pictures. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Yeah. So here's some images of Richardson and Taylor online enjoying vacations. This is her. This is Micaiah in the hot tub. You unemployed. What you doing? How you doing it? You kidding me? And it's your man in the club, balling, fendied out. He bought her a new car, $130,000 car. He said he wrote on Instagram, baby, you deserve everything. I got that big house you wanted and the car and the jewelry. And I also sent in my unemployment file for this week. Get out of here, man. They said when they raided the home in July, police found $238,000 in cash, Louis Vuitton items, and confiscated her cell phone that had messages between them and the third party. They say he is not gainfully employed and has no other legitimate source of income. Listen, now ain't the time, man. Y'all can't really pull this off right now. Like the level of scrutiny that's going on as far as, your credit score, taxes, mail fraud, all of that. You just, and furthermore, I'm not scoffing y'all because white folks do this all the time. And I ain't even looking at the peanut gallery right now. And I'm sure somebody said that. White folks do this all the time. Two things can be true. We can't do everything they do. And two, like you gotta know like how to do it. Like you can't man, you got to go under the radar for like a year and just be invisible. If you got 2.5 million and you beat them and you holding that kind of dough, sit tight, man. Calm down. Keep quiet. U.S. Postal Inspection Service Inspector Aaron Leopold said in general, they was clocking this social media post. They said prior to setting her Instagram account on private, Taylor's account often pictured her with Richardson, showing diamonds and jewelry and all this other stuff. They could, if found guilty of wire fraud, the couple faces 20 years in federal prison. Unbelievable. All right, what is that? All right, let's go to the phone line right now. Let's go live. What's good with you? Who this? You. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Big Zoe, what's the word? Round of applause. Big Zoe. Good to see you, man. That was a little applause is running right now. Good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. How's everything?
Everything good, man. What's up with you?
Oh man, moving. This show has been action packed, man. We still got a lot more to go. Just talked about a few things. I want to get your opinion on this one story real quick, and then I got to move into this video. I'm looking for your names. I can put it on the screen. Where it go at though? All right, I'm gonna come back to that. So I don't know if you heard Wildin' Out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently moves are being made or they're in talks to bring back Wildin' Out without Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Kind of like was it Chappelle show?
Right.
Back in the day. And we saw how that worked out. And apparently, according to Hip Hop DX 85 South, who is a monstrous New Kings of Comedy collaboration of DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, and Carlos Miller, who are like anchors for Wildin' Out. They saying if Nick Cannon ain't there, we ain't there.
I'm not mad.
Period. Not mad at all.
Not mad at all.
Yeah. Not mad at all.
But
what you think? What you thinking?
If that was you.
In their same position or me in my position?
You in a position that you were in and that you are in and the multiple positions that you have been in.
Well, let's clarify this. The position they in, they got bread.
They got bread.
They got bread.
They got bread.
They really
moving.
They moving. They started a phenomenon that's self-contained and owned by them that really has blown up in the last 2 years. So they got bread.
Right.
So when you got bread, you can take positions.
Yes.
You can take positions.
You have leverage.
And have leverage, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I'm them with their bread, I would do the same thing.
So you saying bread is what breeds loyalty, or you can have loyalty and no bread?
It helps. It helps. They're not synonymously, they're not, interchanged, but it helps. Like you got to have a high level of pride and integrity and real niggerness to do that without bread, to be that way without bread. You got to be comfortable.
Unless you know bread is so close to you, it's the next footstep.
Yes, you next to bread.
Yeah, like you
bread
you're making
adjacent.
bread.
You're bread adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But how many times in your career
Mm-hmm.
have you maybe should have made a move, didn't make a move out of loyalty, and you was close to bread, but not close enough because it never came.
At least one big time.
Okay.
At least one time.
Okay.
Where me being loyal, it should have went another way,
Yeah.
and it did not. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least one major time.
Yeah. But now you being 70,
Right.
how do you move at this age now? Would you with and without bread? How do you move?
That's a good question. I don't. Yeah. I still loyalty is still a thing to me. It's still a thing to me.
Okay. That's
Blind loyalty? No, sirs. No way.
no.
Absolutely not.
But Nick Cannon put them on.
Yeah, he
Nick
put them
Cannon's
on.
the reason they're there.
Yeah.
He's also the reason why they were able to have a platform to create 85 South.
Right.
Right. If they didn't have Wild 'N Out, nobody would have cared about them. They wouldn't have been impactful as quick as they were.
Right.
So I believe in that. But see, I'm like, I got blind loyalty. I got deaf loyalty. I think my therapist is working on that. That's
okay.
one of the things that she's working on. Blind loyalty and deaf loyalty usually puts you in prison the grave.
Yeah, deaf loyalty. I'm not even familiar with that. I never even heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing. Deaf loyalty.
Like deaf loyalty. Like no matter what somebody say to you about that person, like, nah, she not like that. He not like that. Nah, I'm not. They not like that to me.
Got it.
You know, I mean, how many people was in Jay's ear about Dame Dash? How many people was in Jay's people about Jay? Like, oh, you know, Jay ain't all the way right. You know, blah blah blah. They was like, nah, he's the guy.
Right.
He's the blind, deaf loyalty. Now, the ones that rode with Jay, that was a good move. Because he's up, he's winning.
Well, only because at the time, that's a hard call because that's Monday morning quarterback because they really split in half, and Dame had a whole team and Jay had a whole team, but the people that rode with Jay was like, I think this side is going to make the money, so they went with the money. That's where their loyalty was because they wanted to be bread adjacent. The people that rode with Dame was like, Dame's a real dude. I'm rolling with real, and hopefully. He's selling these dreams. We'll make some bread.
No, I think they rolled with the fame and the popularity.
Which one?
Dame was the reason why Jay got the bread. Dame was the businessman. Jay was the product. So they rolled with the popularity and the fame, thinking that popularity and fame can keep getting you money.
Right.
A businessman, you would think, can keep doing business, but as we see right here in COVID. That's not necessarily true.
Yes, indeed. So let me go to the peanut gallery real quick. Jay Elite says, ask Big Zo, did he have a podcast called Adverse Reaction? Yes, he did.
Yes. Big up Jay Elite for even knowing about it.
Yeah, it was a live show, actually, similar to this one.
It was a live show. It was podcast style on
95,
was it 95 point, what was it, Lace?
95.9 in the Washington area?
95.9 and WOL 1450 was simulcast.
Yes,
sir, bro. Appreciate you.
That's a sister, I believe. She flies.
Jay's a sister?
Yeah, she flies private jets all over the world.
Oh, okay, Jay. Yeah. Okay, excuse me, mom. I'm sorry. And she fly private jets.
Yeah. Nola, SPW Nola says the contract probably asked the Viacom contract probably would have asked 85 South for money, and then they'll own them, a piece of their work. So you definitely not getting that.
Oh yeah.
You definitely, whether Nick coming or not. Like if we are who we are and it, and you come to just like Joe Budden saying, you come to the table with anything less than what we deserve. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. And I'm surprised that Viacom would even try it with, all right, so you're gonna do Nick Cannon dirty. And you're going to keep it going, knowing that, and everybody knows he created. You know, some shows you don't know who created it. And then the person that you know the show for is out. You get no explanation, but you'll keep watching the show. But we know, because we were there when it was birthed, we know Nick Cannon created it. So if you continue this one without him, you being messy anyway.
Yeah.
But does that generation, because that's a young show. Young people really worship that show the same way we did Living Color.
Right.
Do
or
you
Dave Chappelle
or Chappelle show? Yeah, even.
Yeah.
You think young people will have the attention span to, you know, boycott it, block it out if Nick ain't there or if 85 South ain't there?
No.
Really?
They won't if it's not good. If it's not good, then it will remind them.
They'll turn on it.
Was. Yeah.
They'll turn on it.
But if they get the new hot girl, the new hot dude that is popping and that's funny, if they get the next DC Young Fly, if they get what's the girl name that's with Quavo, Sweetie,
yeah.
If they get her or somebody, somebody with a lot of personality,
and
brings a lot of, fanfare, but they have to do at least what was being done for them to forget, because we come from radio, so we know when people go, we like, oh man, I don't know if you're gonna put that person behind that person, because I don't know if it's gonna work.
Right.
We found out, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, man, it's a tight show. I gotta play this video, this educational video, very shortly. I appreciate you for stopping through. What you doing tomorrow?
I'm flying around. Hit me up.
All right, the Big Zo Talks, ladies and gentlemen. Hip hop aficionado, podcast veteran, awesome all around guy, conspiracy theorist, and doomsday prepper. Yeah, all of the above. All right, it's education time, ladies and gentlemen. It's education time. Education time. All right, so our executive producer, Mr. Clarkson, is an award-winning educator and professional orator. He's a fellow at many prestigious fellowships around the country. He's a professor at many high institutions of higher learning around the country. And he's also a multimedia producer. He put together this wonderful piece right here to kind of fill in the gaps for some of the people who don't really understand the electoral college and what this election season is all about and what's at stake. So we're going to take a quick watch of Mr. Clarkson Loves History with his piece on the electoral college. Don't say you don't watch this show and you don't learn shit because you be lying. All right, enjoy. Let's watch it together.
And I voted. Done and done. So I'm pretty excited about it, but I know that you're a little concerned, right? Republicans, Democrats, Electoral College, Super Tuesday, what does it all mean? And you're probably wondering why the adults in your life been running around like crazy trying to figure this all out. Well, it's a peculiar time, and so is Electoral College and Super Tuesday. Don't worry, I'm here. I'll explain it all. I need to change first, but here I am, Mr. Clarkson, as I explain the Electoral College and, of course, why do we have elections in general. So many of you all may be asking, well, why is voting so important? Well, there's so many reasons, but for me, I guess the main reason would be, let me take you back to 1965, to Selma, Alabama. And maybe it'll give you a better understanding of the history of voting for African Americans and for people of color and why it is so important. Before the Voters' Rights Act of 1965, in Selma, Alabama, many African Americans marched in protest for their right to vote. They thought what would be a very peaceful protest soon turned violent when Alabama state troopers and Selma local police beaten, bruised, tear gassed many African Americans. Some were even jailed unlawfully, all because they wanted to protest the right to vote. Many techniques were used, like, for example, literacy tests, or they would have them pay poll taxes, meaning they had to pay to vote, which of course we know is unfair. And many of those survivors still tell their stories to this day. Now, Martin Luther King, of course, came back, led a successful March to Selma. And then, of course, over time, this was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson, which permitted any type of racial discrimination in voting practices. So the cost to vote was high, and I'm always going to be there to collect on what was paid. So now that we understand why voting is so important, let's find out why we call it Super Tuesday. Take a listen and we can find about the origins of Super Tuesday and why did our country decide of all days to vote on this weird Tuesday in the month of November.
On the first Tuesday following the first Monday in November, Americans head to the polls to vote. But why? The answer lies in rural America and dates back to before an official election day became law in 1845. Back then, states had a window of 34 days for their residents to vote. It just had to be done by the first Wednesday in December. But that created problems. The states that held early elections could potentially sway the opinion of states that voted later, leaving the fate of the presidency in jeopardy. To fix the issue, Congress decided to pick a universal date. To encourage voting, they needed to find a day that worked best for most voters. At that time, that meant farmers. Now, farmers generally lived far away from their polling places, so a travel day needed to be taken into account. Weekends were out since many Americans were in church, and in early America, Wednesday was market day. They settled on Tuesday, allowing for travel on Monday. But why November? Well, remember, we were originally a nation of farmers. Spring was planting season, and in the fall, farmers were busy with crops right until harvest time, and winter weather made travel difficult. So, early November seemed the obvious choice. While we're no longer a farming society, the tradition stuck, and voting on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November is still the date to mark on the election calendar.
Every 4 years, we go to the polls to vote for the nation's chief executive, the president. During campaign season, we hear a lot of talk about something called the Electoral College. But what exactly is this college, and how does it work? Well, it's not a college at all, but a process. It's how Americans elect a president and vice president every 4 years. Who came up with this process? None other than our founding fathers, the framers of the Constitution. Under this system, Americans do not actually vote directly for a president and vice president. Instead, they select a group of people who have pledged to vote for their chosen candidate. These people are known as electors. So why not just vote for the candidate directly? The founding fathers thought that it would be too chaotic and prone to error, and instead designed the Electoral College system. Here's how it works. Each U.S. state gets a different number of electors, equal to the number of that state's U.S. senators, always 2, plus its number of U.S. representatives, determined by the size of the state's population. Who are these electors? In most cases, political parties choose them based on party service and loyalty. The vast majority of U.S. states have a winner-take-all system. Whoever wins the most popular votes in that state gets all of the state's electoral votes. Like many compromises, the Electoral College system is not perfect. It's got one major quirk. The candidate who wins the presidency may not be the one who gets the most popular votes. This has happened several times in history. Rutherford B. Hayes in 1876, Benjamin Harrison in 1888, and George W. Bush in 2000. Despite its quirks, the Electoral College has proved to be a solid, lasting compromise and remains one of the many stable foundations laid out by America's founding fathers.
Understanding how we count electoral votes can be extremely difficult, especially as you all are seeing all these numbers roll in from various states during election night, right? Like, what does this number mean? Why does this state have 38 some electoral votes? Why does this one only have 20? Why does DC only have 3? All these things are going to be very, very confusing. However, the best thing to do is watch this, and we're going to show you how do we count electoral votes. And it's going to make a lot of sense to you as we go through this really quick example. So counting electoral votes. All right, here's a very great example of what to understand about how do we count electoral votes. Now, this, of course, is the electoral map. And you notice, once again, we've got one state with 12. We got New York with 29. Pennsylvania has 20. Virginia, 13, 29, 38. Where do all these numbers come from? And it can be a little confusing. However, if you watch this, you'll understand a mathematical formula of how each state gets their assigned number of electoral votes, all right? So let's take Michigan, for example. And here's some quick facts about Michigan. Michigan is considered a swing state. It's a swing state because it voted Republican sometime, it can vote Democrat sometime. Now, the last election, we see in the bullet point that it voted Republican. And of course, we know that it has 16 electoral votes. See, that's the number right there, 16 electoral votes. Now, the question is, how many electoral votes does it have? We know it has 16, but how does it get this number of 16 electoral votes? Well, once again, it's a mathematical equation. It's the number of representatives plus the number of senators equals the number of electoral votes. Now, we know this because we're really smart, that every state has 2 senators. Every state has 2 senators. So we know that we can add 2 to that number to find out what this is, right? And let's break down this equation once again. And here we go. We know that, of course, there's 2 senators, there's 14 representatives. So 14 plus 2 equals 16. We can even work this backwards, believe it or not. If we know that every state has 2 senators, and we know that it has 16 electoral votes, that's 16 minus 2, which equals 14. Very, very easy of finding out how many electoral votes each state has. Still a little bit confused? Don't worry. Let's look at another example, all right? Let's take you to the West Coast. Yay, yay. And of course, let's look at California. Consider this. Here's some quick facts about California. It's considered a Democratic state. It has 55 electoral votes, and it's the home state of Senator Kamala Harris, who of course is running for vice president on the Democratic ticket. Proud HBCU grad, of course, had to throw that in there as well, too. Now, how many electoral votes does it have? Well, we know that the number of representatives are 53. We know that each state has 2 senators, and therefore that's how we get the magic number of 55. Once again, even if we did not know the number of representatives, we know the number of senators. So we know that it'd be 55 minus 2 equals 53. And that's how we would get the number of 55. Is this making sense? It's very, very easy. So once again, I'm going to put the equation up there for you one more time, right? So it's the number of representatives plus the number of senators equals the number of electoral votes, all right? Can't beat it. It's a real simple equation, all right? You guys are smart. Let's see if you guys can do this on your own. Let me take you to the bottom of the map, right? Laissez bon temps rouler, let the good times roll. Welcome to the great state of Louisiana. Now, here's some things about Louisiana that you should know. Consider this, that Louisiana is considered a Republican state. It often votes red, right? It's not considered a swing state because it often votes red. It has 8 electoral votes, all right? And of course, let's find out how many representatives it has this time, right? So we know that 8 minus 2 equals what? Don't trust me. You can yell it out. I'll hear you. I'll hear you. Somebody said 4. That's wrong. No, of course. We know that the answer is 6, right? So we know that 6 plus 2 would equal 8. Because once again, we have our equation that's here. We know that the number of representatives plus the number of senators equals the number of electoral votes. And when we get that together, bam, there it is. That's how we know what that equation is, right? So very easy, can't beat it, no complaints on that end, right? So there it is. That's the equation of how we find out about electoral votes. Now remember, it's the number of representatives plus the number of senators plus the number of senators plus the number of states equals the number of electoral votes that a state may have, right? And of course, the number of representatives is based off of population. So we know that California is this huge state, so it's going to have 55 electoral votes. And it's a lot bigger than Louisiana, which only has 8 electoral votes. We know that has 6 representatives. 6 plus 2 equals 8, and that's how we get our equation that you see right there at the bottom of your screen. So don't worry, it may seem a little confusion, but you all can do just basic math. The goal of every candidate is to try and find a mathematical way to the presidency. They need 270 plus some votes. So they know that maybe I need to campaign in this state versus campaigning in another state to find that magical equation, all right? Of course, I know that you guys will have no problem with this. Hope this helps. And of course, let's get to something else that we can learn that can be a lot more fun.
Well, that just covers everything. It covers Super Tuesday, Electoral College, and why you need to vote. So there's one minor correction I want to throw in there, of course, is that there was a time that another candidate won the popular vote but lost the Electoral College, and that, of course, was Hillary Clinton in 2016. So you see where all votes really do matter, and of course, your voice matters. So during this electoral season, please make sure that you encourage your parents to raise their vote and, of course, raise their voice. Hope this has been helpful. My name is Mr. Clarkson. Of course, hopefully I'll see you in class.
See you in class. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
And
awesome stuff. I mean, I feel smarter already, don't you? I mean, legit. And if you're still confused, he'll put it in the chat, the actual direct link to the video. That is a great resource, a dynamite resource. Watch it 2 or 3 times, have a better understanding. Then you realize how they be pulling tricks. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. The new math. It's the new math and the old math at the same time. But great stuff. He's also available for, Mr. Clarkson is for tutoring. So if you have high level tutoring, you know, you've got that 13-year-old that's going to college next year. He's the best person to do it, to get him ready. He's not cheap either. All right. Now it's about that time, man. We welcome the return of our elder. A lesson we like to leave on a lesson and hear a word from an elder, you know, funny or otherwise, in a segment that I like to call Hi Dad.
Happy every day, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflections. A joke or two from the vault. Last year, my cousin decided to buy his mother-in-law a cemetery plot as a Christmas gift. This past Christmas, she confronted him and said, "I didn't get a gift this year. What's happening?" So he told her, "Well, you didn't use the gift I gave you last year." Then the fight started.
Okay.
Another one, my wife sat down next to me as I was flipping channels on the TV. She asked, "What's on TV?" And I replied, "Dust." And then the fight started.
Yes.
This is Alpha Papa. Peace and blessing.
Awesome. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is just welcome back. Welcome back to the return of Alpha Papa. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You're just not gonna get this type of show nowhere. Are you kidding me? Yeah, welcome back. Hey, there it is. Hi Dad jokes. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. John Watson. Cherie says, "Damn, already? It's the end of the show?" Yes, this needs to be longer. Well, let's see. How can we make this show longer? Oh, let me pull up the right thing. With your support, we fund a second hour very easily with viewer support from viewers like you. Feel free to make a donation, subsidize, underwrite. Let's go live with Lamont King. Cash App $ Lamont King 06, and we may be able to, in an upcoming season, expand from 1 hour to 2 hours. There are no live shows like this. There are no pre-recorded podcasts that sound this way. So please, bring somebody next time. If you see something, share something. Turn your notifications on. Join us over at YouTube on all social media. We appreciate you. On behalf of everybody that stopped by today, Mr. Clarkson, the Big Zoe Talks, and Roland, who's standing by. Actually, we appreciate you, and we'll try to we'll see you next time, Lord willing. I appreciate y'all. Roland, we'll just have to make time for you tomorrow, as always. We appreciate you. And let's see, check the peanut gallery one more time on the way out. Newcomers, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. And yeah. Let me see. Drunken Fruit also. Good to see y'all. All right, that's about it. Ike Speaks, I'll share on my channel. I appreciate it. You buy black. Each one teach one, reach to one, and preach to one. You know what I mean? Pull each other up. And I see that you're an attorney because you have that in your name. Maybe we can cross promote and have you on the show, because I got some questions I was asking today about some. I was asking myself about some headlines that I saw and the legality. We have a resident attorney here, but we also like to highlight and spotlight people, of all ilks and all walks of life. I've been using ilk all week, so. But yeah, Christmas. Come back tomorrow. Hell yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow. That's Christmas voice right there. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe, man. I'm done. Gotta go.